praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kwadash, or in English, all praise to Yahweh. In the name of his Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, otherwise known as GMS for short, also known as the Prophets of Doom. These are where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth. And also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I'm of that number. All right, so I do want to start here with fair use, because you never know where the Spirit is going to take you, for one, or for two. All right, every time you don't mention this, even though you've told Esau over and over, all right, this applies to all of our videos, man. Okay? This applies to all of our videos. A lot of times we'll show something that is on the same platform that we are speaking of it on, and they'll take it down. All right, but they'll keep that video up. All right, so these people are slick. Okay, they are slick. All right, so fair use disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All rights and credit go directly to its rightful owners. No copyright infringement is intended. Fair use is a doctrine in the United States copyright law that allows for limited use of copyrighted material without requiring permission from the rights holders, such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, research, teaching, or scholarship. It provides for the legal, non-licensed citation or incorporation of copyrighted material in another author's work under a four-factor balancing test. Now, Esau, for your warning, all right, every time you come against these videos, the men of the Lord, the truth of this all right, you are coming against the Lord, okay? And he is, it's adding to his indignation. It's not surprising him, right? When this indignation gets let out, all right, upon you, all right, there's no reason to ask why, because you know why. You've received a warning, because you don't hold up to even your doctrines, all right? You don't hold up to even your copyright disclaimers, okay? Your allowances. You don't hold up to even the things that you propose to be lawful, all right? So that was just a warning for you, Esau, okay? Or whomever Esau, whatever nation Esau gets to push the button on these videos. All right, the Lord has a bone to pick with you. All right, and he will indeed do so upon his return, man. So, what I wanted to do at the beginning of this video is bring up another verse. All right, another verse. Let's start with okay, let's start here in Micah chapter 2. Which I probably should start every one of these question videos. I should have started with this. That's all right though. All right, the heading being woe to oppressors. All right, woe to oppressors. Micah 2 and 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Okay? Now, this is what Esau does on a daily. Esau never stops. All right. So what makes you think that we should ever stop speaking to brothers in the truth? All right. We have to be at this thing on the daily. All right. We have the Lord. All right. They don't have anything. I mean, the Lord did give them their power, though. All right. You can't diminish that this is left hand power that the Lord has given these people. All right. But you have to know the right is going to prevail. Okay. All right. But again, woe to them, Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Now, they do this in a deceptive way. They do this every day, but in a deceptive way. Okay? So, this is why we go over these questions to give you things that even things that AI considers, all right, but people, regular people, most people don't consider, all right? Or they'll be thrown off by a simple lie from Esau, which we can't even get on you for that too much because the Lord blinded you. Okay, the Lord blinded you. Let's get this other scripture really quick. All right, 2 Corinthians 4:3. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. And really, the gospel is the good news. It's speaking about Israelites who aren't going to receive this good news. All right, but what comes along with good news, all right, good news for some is bad news for others, right? So let's read this next verse. It says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. 2 Corinthians 4:4 now says, in whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of the Messiah, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them. All right. So not only are you not going to receive the good news, you're not listening to what we say these people are doing. You're actually trying to protect, for the most part, Israel is trying to protect these people that are oppressing them, that Micah's talking about. All right, your oppressors are going to be messed up, man. When the smoke clears, they're going to be gone. Actually, before the smoke hits, these top banking families, they're going to be up out of here. All right, they got bunkers elsewhere. All right, they setting you up for the fall, man. Okay, not that the Lord isn't going to get with them, but they don't care about y'all, man. All right, man. So, let's see. Hold on a second. All right. So again, Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. All right. We talked about Job 9:24. That the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. All right. They run this world while pointing the fingers at less fortunate people. Now, we're not giving excuse to people who are on the street, all right, doing things that they shouldn't be doing, or even in the world, all right, having regular jobs, doing things that they shouldn't be doing, all right, outside of the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. Okay, but they point fingers at certain people like they are in the right, right? When really, why is the world messed up, man? Right, the earth is given into your hand. Why is the earth messed up? Why is everything leading to death? Right? Food is messed up, the air, the water. Okay? Due to these people, but the people of the world still follow. All right? They still follow these people, man. They still follow them. So let's go ahead and go back in here to this conversation, this question and answer with this AI, Google AI. All right. Seventh question now. Okay. What I put here was, now all of this, everything that we've talked about is still in play. All right. This is just one solid question and answer thing. When you do that, it takes into account the things that were told to it within that conversation. All right. This isn't Grok. This isn't Chat GTP. This is just regular Google AI mode. Whatever that falls under, I don't know. I haven't messed with those other two aforementioned AI programs. All right. So I asked this thing. I said, out of curiosity, did Dr. Oz, which was on that panel along with um, Trump and Robert Kennedy Jr., all right, DJT and RKJ, uh, when they announced the new medical technology, all right, when they spoke about wearables, okay, a vision of, I think it was, let me see, let me get that quote again. Robert F. Okay. It says Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary has a vision to encourage widespread use of wearable health devices to empower Americans in managing their health. All right. Wow. Fooling you with more power to the people talk. Okay. When really they have an underlying uh, agenda. Okay. It says he believes wearables like smartwatches and fitness trackers can help individuals monitor metrics like heart rate and blood sugar, enabling them to make informed decisions about their diet and lifestyle. Kennedy's plan includes launching a large scale HHS campaign to promote wearable adoption, aiming for every American to be using one within 4 years. Now, they have every American in their plan, which should not be a surprise, right? The main verse that sparked off all of this series right here, was Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all. All right, sooner or later, we told you this technology is going to be made mandatory. All right, and he causeth all. And I'm not speaking about wearables. All right, we're just talking about he has the whole world, they have the whole world in mind for wearables, and is going to transfer over to having the whole world in mind for the micro C hip. All right, this is what we're building up to learning about. All right, and if you listen, if the Lord deems you worthy to listen to the truth and understand it, you'll hear what they're saying without them saying it. All right, because their actions, certain words they use, it tells you, right? They tell you what the plan is, and most people just don't want to believe it. As a matter of fact, we mentioned earlier, maybe not in this video, but we mentioned earlier about them categorizing us who tell the truth, all right, as uh, colorists, all right, meaning that we teach salvation is based on color. That's a that's a lie. All right. They teach that um they group us all together. All right. There are some Israelite groups out there that do uh have the appearance of doing something wrong. All right. As for example, some of these Israelite groups, they'll take weapons to camp, all right? But you have to. That's what's important about listening to doctrine. Okay, you have to listen to doctrine in order to tell who is who. But they group us in one group, and they say that we all teach this. Right? They put us on the most violent groups list. Okay, they grouped us in the color Black Hebrew Israelites. We call ourselves, and we are Hebrew Israelites. Okay. Now, where were we going here? Oh man, I forget where we were going just now. It's all right. If it's meant to come back, it'll come back. Oh, conspiracy. Yeah, the water Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, they've also linked us or call us conspiracy theorists. All right, when we tell the truth. All right, they have the whole world, hey, they got the whole world confused, man. That's why they call this Babylon the Great. Okay? Great confusion over here. So let's get this let's get this let's get this verse on. Well, let's just go here. All right, hold on a second here. This is Isaiah 8 and 12. All right, let's see what it says in the King James. I'm going to read it in the NLT. All right, the King James says, this is Isaiah 8 and 12. It says, say ye not a confederacy to all them to whom this people shall say, a confederacy. Neither fear ye their fear, nor be afraid. And we're not afraid of you, Esau. All right? It says, sanctify the Lord Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And that's the only thing we fear. We fear the Lord, man. That's it. These people, there's nothing to fear about these people, man. All right, so let's read this again in NLT, Isaiah 8 and 12. Isaiah 8 and 12, do not call everything a conspiracy like they do, and don't live in dread of what frightens them. All right, these people are walking in the ways of the heathen. They're listening to these people. All right, you're basing a lie off of what they tell you a lie is. All right, you're basing what a conspiracy is off of what they tell you a conspiracy is. All right, Isaiah 8 and 13, make the Lord Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai of heaven's armies holy in your life. He is the one you should fear. He is the one who should make you tremble. Okay? All right, so now let's go back. Let's go back here to this question now. All right, we didn't even get to the question yet. This is the 7th question. I put out of curiosity, did Dr. Oz show a promo that featured a RFID micro C-hip? It says, while the Dr. Oz show did feature a segment in 2022 where a guest displayed their 47 micro C-hip implants and discussed their functionality, this does not constitute an explicit promotion of human micro C-hipping or RFID technology by Dr. Oz himself. Why are they so protective? All right, who programmed this answer in here, man? Which I did use the word promo up here, but you'll see what happens in a minute. It says the segment highlighted a particular individual's experience and choices regarding these implants. rather than presenting a promotional or endorsement message from Dr. Oz. Just make an excuse, just like the people of this world do for Esau Edom. All right. But hold on. Let's just keep reading for a second. It says, it's crucial to distinguish between highlighting existing technologies and the choices individuals make regarding their use and actively promoting or endorsing those technologies as a solution or desirable practice. The Dr. Oz Show often covered a wide range of health-related topics and featured various guests and perspectives, sometimes leading to controversy over the scientific validity of certain claims or the promotion of particular products or procedures. Now, the only thing I was trying to get out of this thing, I wanted to know if indeed Dr. Oz had a show and featured the RFID microchip. So my usage of promo in that question might have threw it off. Okay, so it did attack that promo thing, but it didn't answer the question really, right? Oh, this thing is about to die. So hold on, brothers, give me a second. All right, so let's get to this next question right here. This goes along with question 7. All right, this is probably around the point in time where I'm gonna not keep track of the questions, what question it is. So I put say it wasn't a promo, but is the fact that on a segment on a subsequently scrubbed video that Dr. Oz showed an RFID micro C-hip, even holding it in his hand to show the camera. It says the information suggests that Dr. Oz on his show did feature a segment where an RFID micro C-hip was displayed, with him reportedly holding it in his hand to show the camera. This was a part of a segment where a guest who had 47 micro C-hip implants discussed their use and capabilities. While this segment wasn't a direct promotion of micro C-hipping by Dr. Oz, the act of featuring and visually presenting the technology could be seen as raising its profile and introducing the concept to a wider audience, albeit in a context of exploring an individual's unique choices and experiences rather than a medical endorsement. Now, you keep all this in mind. All this is important, how this thing you have to ask the right questions, right? It says it's important to differentiate between showcasing a technology and actively promoting it. Well, I can't wait to get to these other questions, man. It says whether that was the intent, the visual element of the micro C-hip being displayed on a popular show would have undoubtedly drawn attention to the topic of human micro C-hipping, even if the content focused on a specific individual's perspective and lifestyle. Now, I was trying to say it wasn't promoted. It had nothing to do with medical, okay? That it was talking about this one person and his use for it. All right? So, and it said something about 2022, which the clip that I was speaking of at this point, I think it happened around 2019. Now, for some reason, it's slipping my mind now, but I think it was 2019. So let's move on to the second one. Or the next question. So I said in the segment, I said the segment. All right. So I went from asking a question to telling it to see what the result was going to be. So I put the segment was called The Next Big Thing. And he mentioned the technology along with the health industry and what this technology could mean to the health industry. All right. And it said, you are correct. The fact that the Dr. Oz Show, in a segment titled The Next Big Thing, showcased an RFID micro C-hip, with Dr. Oz even holding it up for the camera, and then discussed its implications for the health industry, is highly significant. This goes beyond simply acknowledging a technology's existence or an individual's personal choice. So now it's starting to come around like, wait a minute. All right, you're right. Okay? So you have to ask the right questions. It says here's why it matters in the context of the CMS digital health tech ecosystem and the discussion about future technologies like micro C-hipping and BCI. So now it's about to tie it in with, all right, it's going to take what happened here and tie it in with what just recently happened with that introducing or that conference on health technology. All right. Okay. So it says legitimization and normalization. Present now that's I like that. Let me get the definition of that. Define legit. Hold on now. Hold on a second here. Hold on a minute, man. What the hell's going on? Hold on a second here. What the Okay. Define legitimatization. All right. Legitimization. Okay. It says it's a process of making something accepted as legitimate, valid, or legal. It can involve legal, social, or cultural processes of making something acceptable and recognized as conforming to accepted norms and values. Oh man. In essence, legitimation is a process by which something moves from being questionable, unacceptable, or invalid to being accepted, recognized, and considered legitimate. All right. And these are points that this question and answer is about to go to, about that segment that was on Dr. Oz. All right. Let's see what normalization is. Normalization. The process of bringing or returning something to a normal condition or state. And when we talked about Revelation 13 and 16, and we went in here to the word causeth, all right, poieo, okay?
Strong's G 4160, poieo, poieo.
All right. It says to make, okay? To make ready, to prepare, to be the authors of the cause. All right. So this is a part of their legitimization and normalization. All right. Showing you these things on TV and then subsequently scrubbing them, even though you can still find them. Okay. Why would they scrub? And we asked this question, but we'll get to it later. Why would they scrub a video? All right. This guy goes away and then he comes back, right, and reappears next to the president and DJT and Robert, all right, RFK. Okay, this is all a part of their plan, man. It says to be the authors of a thing, to cause, bring about. Again, this is for the causeth all in Revelation 13 and verse 16. All right, to make ready and so at the same time to institute. All right, this is all a part of their slick plans, man. I hope this is coming through clearly. I hope you understand, and Lord willing, you do. All right, this is all a part of the plan. So again, let me hold on. Let me check this time. I'm gonna cut this video and come back with this section that we just started here. This where we pointed out what the segment was. All right, and this AI's response. Okay, so I hope this came through as sincere and edifying. And with that, all praise to Yahweh, in the name of His Son Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, otherwise known as GMS for short, also known as the Prophets of Doom. These are where I have learned this truth and where I am still learning this truth, and also shalom to the remnant and the elect of Israel. Lord willing, I'm of that number, and Lord willing, we'll see you in the next video. Shalom.